So we're about to run out of time, and I want to wrap up. But you guys all have a captive audience. What I really would like you to do is sort of give maybe a closing statement, and I really want you to say explicitly why people should vote for you and not the person who's running against you. So bring it. Start with Ben, and then we'll go to Savvy, and then Ethan, and then we'll do Devin and Tim.
Well, I haven't decided if I'm voting for Ethan or Savion yet. I'm still kind of mixed, so we'll make your argument good. Okay. Boy. All right. I'll go with this. It's really hard. Some things I experience, and Savion and Ben and Faith and Matt and Paul, all of those guys from last year did a phenomenal job of sitting us down, teaching us and training us how to do our positions. And that kind of sparked from the year before. They were just handed their positions and didn't have a clue what they were doing. And so they didn't want to stick us with that. And so that was just phenomenal. And I email Faith every once in a while, who had my position, and tell her thank you. But you never really know what's coming until you get into student government, and everything, you got to figure out stuff for yourself. And there's so many things. I was up late at night once, and I just couldn't go to sleep because I had all these ideas, like the areas that I screwed up and could have done better. And so I just wrote them all out, and there's so many things that I would do differently and do better and focus on more next year. And I think it's really hard when so many student government people are one and done, and then you move on. And by the time people have a vision, know what the students want, are used to their position, the semester is already a ways by, and you've already set your standard with student organizations, student senators, and it's so hard to change. I know this personally, trying to organize a bunch of organizations. The first month is so crucial. And so I guess the biggest thing, if I'm going to have to advertise myself, would just be that I have a vision. I know what student government's like, and there's so many things that I want to improve on. And I think it's really important to have key people in student government who know what it's about, who are open to hearing the students and are able to make changes happen.
When I was a freshman, I came in and I met Steggs, which probably only a few of you know who Steggs is. I met Steggs and I looked him in the eye and I told him, I said, I'm going to be president of this university soon. I'm going to take your job. And he looked at me and he said, do it. And ever since then, I've just been, that just has been who I am, what I'm about. I feel that if I didn't go to Korea last year, I probably would be the president this year. But I went to Korea, but now I'm back. I have a passion for student government. I have a passion for students, and I have a passion for justice in the sense of students' justice towards this administration. I feel that I know what it's like to be in CUSG, and I know what it's like to be super stressed out and to have so many things going, and administrators are calling you and texting you and sending you emails, and you gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and you got all these classes and professors like Brenda King, and it's hard. I know exactly what it's like to be in that position, and I'm ready to do it again. So I think that speaks a lot about my personality and who I am and what I'm about. I'm ready to tackle this thing again, and I want it to be better than it has ever been. I mean, I know so much of the history of CUSG. I know what Simeon's 5-year plan was. I know what Steg's 3-year plan was. I know what Ben and Mai's 2-year plan was. And I know what CUSG used to be, what it has been, and what it needs to be. And so I know that I have what it takes to take it to the next level. So vote for me.
As I've stated already, I have a passion to connect you to the student government and then be able to work alongside the faculty and staff here in Cornerstone to make it a better community and a place that is thriving with new ideas that are coming to fruition. I have that dream, and I really want that to happen. I want to be able to empower, and not only me, but it's a group effort. I want us to empower you guys to empower the faculty and staff to make things happen. That is, I wish I could show you my heart and my head right now. I'm going nuts because I really want you to get that. That is so important, and it is one of my biggest efforts that I will have as your president. I would like to think that I'm pretty qualified for this position. I helped begin an organization here on campus, actually, with Chip and a group of us that. It took a group. It didn't take just one person. I can't do this alone. I have to do it with a VP and the rest of the elected and legislature. It's all of us. It's a group combined. And the most important part of that group, though, is your voice in it. And so I started that program. I was president for 2 years, a VP this year. I've been an RA in the freshman dorms, so I have that ability to understand the needs of freshmen or lower classmen. And now I'm, as a junior and next year a senior, I will have the understanding of the needs of our classes and the junior classes. I feel like I'm very connected with Cornerstone as a whole, not just in parts. And I really want to express that through serving you guys in this position. And I'm really excited either way because we have some great people up here, and I'm just honored to be a part of this. I love this, like Savvy. I have been in student council since 7th grade. I was student council president in 7th grade all the way through high school, and I've just experienced so many great things coming out of this, and I'm ready to be president here and have finish up my leadership here at Cornerstone, unless I'm here another semester, which might happen. Then I'll try something new. No, and I think one more thing, and I'll stop because I don't want to keep going, and I thought I saw somebody say there was only 10 minutes left on the camera. But I want to build off what we've done here. I don't want to start fresh. I want to bring a new, fresh perspective to what we have already, because it's why build from ground zero when we can build from something that's higher than that. I may not agree with a lot of what the CUSG has done, and not a lot. I mean, I may not agree with some things that have been done or what haven't been done, but I know that there has been great things that have been happening, and I want to use my skills and abilities that I do have, and I feel confident in them, to serve you guys the best way possible and create the best community that we've had here on Cornerstone thus far. So, thank you. Odie Thindine.
I've just got two things. The first thing, for anyone that knows me from last year to this year, there's no way you can deny how much I've matured. It's incredible. Not that I'm mature now, so much as I was incredibly mature last year, immature last year compared to now. So it's really crazy how much 1 year of experience, 1 year of just figuring stuff out and learning new experiences, being in a new culture, all that stuff, how much it will really change your perspective. I mean, I went to Mexico, and that, like, in 8 days changed my entire view of Mexico, of Mexicans, of justice, all that stuff. So it's, like, incredible how little things can change who you are as a person so incredibly. So between that and then how I am always around campus. If you haven't seen me, honestly, you must literally live in your room all year, because I'm around campus, I'm at chapel, I'm in the quorum, hanging out in the dining room. Like, I love to meet new people. I love to engage with people that I've met before and just keep part of the community. I mean, it's nice to be in your room sometimes, but it's so much nicer to just be around and meeting new people and engaging in all the different random cultures. I come from a school of, like, I graduated with 55. We had 200 in the whole high school. So, like, having 1,200 people in one spot is incredible to me. So I just love that, and I know that in that way I can be more engaged, and I'm an approachable guy. You can come up and talk to me. I'm not very intimidating. So I think that's my main reasons.
Okay. I've got 3 things, and I'll make them quick, promise. First thing is, why are you guys laughing at me?
No,
This is
I like
okay.
your starts. Okay, yeah.
Okay. No.
We're rooting you on.
Thank you. 3 things. First thing is, man, you guys totally threw me off. Okay. First thing is my goal. Look, I don't know about these guys' number one thing, what they're going to start with or whatever, but the number one thing I want to start with is opening up communication. The ball is already rolling for this recycling program. There's no reason to tear it down and build it up from ground zero. The ball is already rolling. And so for the last 2 years, people have come in saying, okay, we're gonna tear this down and we're gonna start something new and this one's gonna work. It's gonna work this time. I'm not saying that I'm gonna create something that's gonna work. I'm saying I'm gonna take this because it has potential and we're gonna bring it to the next level that it needs to go to. That's my goal. So this recycling program needs to get into administration's hands. That's the big thing. And in order to start on that, we first need to open up communication so that student government is transparent and open with students. So that's the first thing. Second thing are my strengths. Now, I mean, I would have you guys, how many, like seriously, show of hands, how many have taken Strengths Finder? Okay, thank you. So you've seen your strengths and everything. Let me tell you my top 3 strengths. Futuristic, strategic, and achiever. Okay, now just think of a presidency role. Futuristic is casting vision, seeing the bigger picture. That's my top strength. Strategic is beating a path to get there. And achieving is just get it done. Get it done. I'm not being arrogant, but I'm telling you, as far as filling this role, I think it fits me better than it fits Devin. And I'm not trying to say that in a blunt way, but those are my top strengths. I wish he would have shared his strengths with you so that we could compare, but we can't. Those are my top 3 strengths. And I think it fits the presidency role perfectly. Third thing and last thing, Thomas Edison said that great achievers exert. The great achievers are not the people who are intelligent, creative, or even extremely good at what they do. The great achievers are the people who work to the bone, who work until they can barely stand or barely keep their eyes open. You guys have seen the way I've been promoting. I'm crazy persistent. You've seen that. I exert big time, and I'm an all or nothing guy. You'll see my posters all up. I contacted a graphic designer. I had them professionally printed. I have a Facebook page. I'm going door to door. That's what I do. I exert. And who else would you want in this position? Somebody who's good at what they do? Someone who's creative or intelligent? Or someone who's going to work themselves to the bone for you guys? That's all I've got to say.
Let's give all of our candidates a round of applause. Thank you very much for coming. I'm sure that if
Let's give Nick a round of applause. Thank you.
I'm sure I'm speaking for all of those candidates when I say if you have any additional questions, just grab one of them and pull them aside, get them for coffee, send them an email, shoot them a Facebook message, tweet them, just whatever it takes. And everybody go out and vote on Friday. Tell your friends to vote on Friday. This doesn't happen without your guys' participation. So I just, I beg of you, I plead you, I exhort you, to use a biblical word. Go out and vote. Get your peers to vote. Get involved. And let's have next year's student government be the best ever.